Hey everyone, it's Marianne from the New York City Organization of Public Service Retirees. Today's message is about unionism, and it's very important because too often we're told by some outside forces and sometimes some inside ones within the union movement, you shouldn't be criticizing your union because doing so is anti-union. And my answer to that is no. We are union, and that's why we are criticizing ineffective leadership that's actually betraying the labor movement. To say to me that you shouldn't be speaking out loud about your union trying to sell off your healthcare benefits or doing something that you believe is wrong or illegal or immoral is wrong. And to that, I say no. Being quiet is wrong. Allowing leadership of some unions to get away with basically murder is the wrong thing to do. We have enough outside forces trying to destroy the labor movement all on their own. We don't need to be doing it from inside. And I keep saying this over and over again. In order to build a good, strong labor movement, we need leaders that will do the same thing. Now, too often we've criticized the United Federation of Teachers and DC 37 and Harry Nespoli from Sanitations Workers, Henry Garrido, DC 37, Michael Moger, U of T. We've criticized them quite publicly and quite often. And that's because even though maybe they made a mistake, they're not correcting it and they've had 3 years to do so. They've lied repeatedly to elected leadership by telling them that they represent retirees. We had Harry Nespoli on video and audio going back to when this started 3 years ago that he was convinced that he could do what he was doing, stripping away retiree health care benefits, reducing them, forcing retirees into managed care, taking them off traditional Medicare, and had no problem with privatizing a federal public health benefit. And then, even though we were able to win now 10 times in court with two unanimous appeals court decisions, and yet we are now going to the New York State Appeals Court to keep defending our wins in court, the unions haven't walked back anything. Now, the United Federation of Teachers did walk back their support to Medicare Advantage. It would be nice if they actually put their weight behind their statement, supported legislation that protected retirees, spoke out with us that we shouldn't be doing this. Hey, listen, we've always said we'll give you that out. We'll say, have no problem with agreeing with you that maybe you didn't understand what was happening. Maybe you were lied to by insurance because everybody knows insurance companies lie, right, Aetna? And that they will blatantly lie to your face or nuance words to make you think that every doctor in America can accept Medicare Advantage. Well, they can, but they don't. And here's the deal. If a union leader digs their heels in to the big lie, then all they're doing is standing by the big lie, further perpetuating the myth that privatizing retiree health benefits or that they represent retirees or that for somehow that a retiree defending the benefits that they earned and paid for during their tenure of service and trying to fight to protect that would diminish an ability to an active union to negotiate or collectively bargain. Literally, if you want to read between the lines, what that means is when you hear Henry Garrido or Michael Mulgrew say that, or Harry Nespoli, what they're saying is, well, if you protect those retirees, then I can't sell off what they got for a raise. And that's the bottom line. Now, I want to show you what this comes to because in Nassau County, the CSEA Local 830 has been fighting basically the same fight we have. Their union leadership told their elected leaders that the unions represent retirees and can diminish the benefits of a retired worker. Now, knowing that is not true, the elected leaders didn't know the difference, just like our New York City Council or our New York mayor. However, we were able to educate them and help them with their litigation and help protect their benefits. Now, once the CSEA union leadership got wind of what was happening, guess what happened yesterday? They were given a letter that said that their local 830 was being put into receivership. And I want to show you this because this could be coming to New York City. So this is where this starts. This letter is dated October 21st. It went to Ron Guerreri, CSEA Local 830 in Mineola. Dear President Guerreri, Pursuant to Article 4, Section 6B of the local constitution, I am hereby placing the Nassau County Local 830 administratorship effective immediately. You are no longer to conduct any union business on behalf of the local with the county. I am hereby appointing Jarvis Brown, Susan Castle to serve as the two co-administrators of the local effective immediately. They will ensure that the day-to-day business and the continuity of union operations of this local is maintained. And should you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact my office. Mary Sullivan. Now, here's the letter that Mary wrote to the union members. This is one member that sent us this letter. Dear Susan, earlier today I put Nassau County Local 830 into administratorship and removed Ron Guerreri and Bob Arcello from the roles of president and vice president. In their place, I have appointed CSEA Region 1 President Jarvis Brown, CSEA Region 1 Political Action Coordinator Sue Castle as the administrators of Local 830. This decision was not made lightly. However, to ensure that your interests are best represented and that we are able to secure equitable health insurance coverage for every member of your local, it was a necessary action. I understand how unsettling this moment might be for you and your family, but we are moving forward in a better direction, and you can now trust that your union will be transparent and honest with you. We have the full support of our statewide union, Region 1, behind you. The CSEA Legal Department is pursuing every legal recourse available to us. The CSEA Legislative and Political Action Department is communicating with elected and appointed officials. Jarvis and Sue are scheduling meetings with each unit to discuss with you where we are in health insurance negotiations process with Nassau County. Please make every effort to attend these meetings. Together, we will move forward, resolve this challenge, and in the process, build a stronger union. Thank you for your trust and for all that you do for Nassau County. In solidarity, Mary Sullivan. Now, folks, let me explain something. It is definitely not a good day when a union puts a local into administratorship. We've seen it here in the city as well. However, AFSCME has also failed us. AFSCME International could have, rather than put the Retirees Association into administratorship, all the while soliciting people's money for their political action campaign to protect Medicare and Social Security, could have actually helped the retirees by making sure that their leader, the executive director, Henry Garrido, who forced his retirees into Medicare Advantage in this scheme with Michael Mulgrew of the United Federation of Teachers, didn't do this. And that's exactly what's happening in Nassau County. Not only were they forcing employees into a different plan, they were also forcing their retirees, who they told elected officials that they represented, which is exactly what happened in New York City. Henry Garrido, Michael Mulgrew, Harry Nispoli, the Municipal Labor Committee, convinced the other union leaders that they represented retirees and could diminish health care benefits. Remember, unions are only as strong as their leadership and their membership. If the membership doesn't hold the leadership accountable, you have this. It's important that when it gets exposed, and unfortunately, this was exposed in litigation, in the course of litigation. At this point, it has been 3 years where New York City retirees have been fighting their own unions, their own former unions, by the way, because once you are retired, you can no longer be in a union under the law. Unions were always tasked with protecting retirees. They always knew you never diminish a retiree's benefit because the leaders of yesterday understood retirees are not represented and that what they earned should be provided protection for and that they should not be diminished. However, this current leadership of some of these largest unions, who hold the largest weighted vote in the Municipal Labor Committee, leverage the entire city healthcare program for their contracts, and that is greed. That day of reckoning will be coming. And until then, we will watch how it plays out in Nassau County. Retirees are holding accountable their unions. And hopefully, at some point, an international union will take note that what happened in the Municipal Labor Committee should never happen again. Retirees earned their benefits and they paid for them. Because they are no longer in your unions does not mean that they are there for you, the union leader, to sell off. And for anyone who's doubting that they shouldn't be speaking out against their union leadership, bad things will happen if you don't. You have to keep your unions honest. You have to keep their union operations transparent. And you have to make sure that you correct the big problems that are happening. Because if you don't, you're giving more fuel to the people that are trying to destroy the union movement. Get ahead of it. It's important that unions stay strong and solid and that the membership holds their leadership accountable. It's the only way. Watch how strong UAW got. They only got that way for one reason. The membership ousted their leadership that was doing all these atrocities to their union. Hold them accountable. For anyone who's saying anything different, you don't belong in the union movement. You want a leader that's ethical and moral and transparent in every facet of your leadership, whether it's at your union, your council, your president. And that's up to us to make sure that they stay that way. The New York City retirees will never stop fighting to protect our healthcare benefits. Now, I want to know who is on our side this time as the new day is dawning. Have a great day, everyone.